Welcome to the Slip Slip podcast. I'm Che.
I'm Gabs.
And this is our YouTube channel where we share all about our knitting and crafting and probably other things as well that will fall out of my brain. But alas, that's why there's two of us. Today is, I forgot it already, Sunday, September 5th. We are in San Jose, California. I'm visiting my sister, Gabs, for the weekend, the long weekend. And I know I forgot something.
Where you can find us.
Oh, yes. You can find us on Ravelry as Slip Sis. And then on Instagram as slip.slip.sis. We're also on Ribbler as well as Slip Sis. Yeah.
So let's get started. So we are trying something new for our recording. We're recording on Chaley's phone. We're not fancy enough to have a camera yet, like a dedicated, I guess, vlogging camera. I guess that's what all the fancy people do. We're not there yet. So we had been recording on my husband's iPad and it had some sound quality issues. So now we're switching to my sister's iPhone 350 or whatever version they're on. Whatever. We switched to my sister's iPhone. We're checking it out. We're new to this. This is what, episode 4? Episode 3. We're working on it. We also had a viewer ask that she said it looked like we weren't looking at the camera. Chaley's always looking at the camera. That's kind of her thing. She's do your good posing. So it's probably me that you're noticing isn't always looking at the camera. I am half blind in my right eye. You can see that my eye drifts. It's been about 15 years. So I've lost a lot of control in the eye because my brains are awesome, but my brain has decided because my right eye is useless that it doesn't like to control it. It doesn't use it and it blocks it out a lot. So because I'm blind, I don't notice that I'm doing it because most of the time when my sister's talking, I'm looking at my sister or I'm looking at my knitting. So if that's what you're noticing, that's me. That's kind of how it is.
Can't change that. So.
Nope.
Come as you are, and we love you for who you are.
Yeah. So it's my disability. We don't usually talk about it, but you can always leave a comment and ask. I got hurt playing soccer when I was 15, so it's been almost 15 years. I know. Poor Chaley was only 10. She had to do her own homework and
It was my only 2 out of 4 in 5th grade was the week that you had eye surgery. That was really the hardest
was the real tragedy.
That was the hardest part of the whole experience.
Yeah, not being a high schooler and now blind, but the fact that your little sister got a 2
out of 4 in 5th grade. I haven't let it go.
She's never recovered. Never recovered. All right, so we went on a little tangent, but if that's what you see, that's what's going on. It's not going to get fixed. It's not going to get better, but we move on.
C'est la vie.
Yeah, I am getting new glasses though.
Oh,
so next episode you may see me.
Because these are Jimmy Choo's, but where the H fell off of her glasses, so it says Jimmy Coo.
I don't think they can see it.
Wow.
I have a very helpful toddler who likes to give me my glasses every morning. She's not that careful. That's okay. She's
Jimmy Coo, new brand.
I have Jimmy Coos. They're not knockoffs. I really did spend the money for designers. They're my only designer thing I own.
Yeah.
But no, I'm getting new glasses. They're essentially the same, but they're blue. And they say Jimmy Choo, not Jimmy Coo. I think they say that. I don't know. I sent them off already. So Chaley has 1,000 FOs. I have 2. I'm also working on samples and stuff that I can't share yet. So a shawl, a cardigan. So I've got some big, big projects that I can't show yet. So did you want to do mine? Did you want to trade off for the 2 that I have?
I think maybe you should. Maybe I'll do some of mine and then we'll break it up.
Oh, okay, so when we get tired of your voice?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because our voices are so different. But we did a lot of sweaters this summer, which we shared on earlier episodes. So then when we finished all the ones that were due for test knits, Gabs had more things that she had to do because she's the one who signs us up for things and then has to finish them. I'm over here I'm just going to knit some socks. So I have 6 pairs of socks. These are the latest ones I finished. Here, you can hold one. These I did for the 1-week sock challenge hosted by Earth Tones Girl and Julianne Knitter. Yes, and so that closed today. So I finished last night. I was furiously knitting after we watched 101 Dalmatians. And
nice.
I finished watching Harry Potter late into the night. So the contrast is DJ Roomba from Earl Grey Fiber Company. And then the main color is Western Azure, which is a butterfly, a blue butterfly. And this is from Hypnotic Garden from her one of the Inner Circle subscription colorways. And I just did knit 2, purl 2, 15 rows of ribbing, a slip stitch heel flap, and then all the contrast there. And I think I only did like 45 rows for the leg part because I haven't done a slip stitch heel flap in a very long time with a 50-gram skein. So I was like nervous. I ended up with a ton left.
Plus,
so
it was the 1 week stock challenge, so she was trying to get that done.
Yeah.
We were racing. Oh, you'll see that I don't have one as a finished object. You'll see how well my whip went.
Yeah, I'll take these now from the Winner Circle here. Okay. Oh, you should probably go because I have to switch them all.
Oh, okay. So, while Shaylee does a quick change, I'm a theater major. I've got something coming out. It's a collaboration with Mad Tosh. Through their MT Design Studio. So I submitted a while back and then I got into their rotation. I think it's coming out in February. So they were so kind. They sent me, us, because we design under the same label. They sent me a label, fancy.
Yeah.
They sent us a skein of worsted weight. It's this really beautiful green. I knit it in like 4 days because I was obsessed with it. It's called Moorland. It's for a design that's for my father-in-law because my in-laws, yeah, classic Gabs, right? Did we really expect me to not? It's for my father-in-law because my in-laws own a home up in Mammoth Lakes, so they like to go and it's like 0 degrees. I mean, we're California girls. We don't do too hot. We don't do too
not
cold.
Outdoorsy girls.
No,
though. Like some California girls are outdoorsy.
No, we're not.
We don't do that.
We are indoor people.
Yeah, with plumbing and like air conditioning and
yeah, stuff like that. So this is a design that'll probably be test knit probably in late November, and then it'll come out in February. It's a super quick knit. It's got a little cable going on, so it's like a perfect beginner cable. It doesn't cross back and forth, so you kind of it's like a wandering path, and then the rest are just knit purl stitches. My husband wore it. I made him model it. It was like 95 that day. He's like, it's really comfy. It's really hot, but you know, it's great for it's kind of, I guess, a more neutral cowl that can go with a lot of things. It's a great if you're learning to cable and that kind of thing because it's a pretty straightforward thing.
Like a quick gift knit too.
Yes, if you're scrambling for the holidays. I know we've got a lot of holidays in December, so if you're look out for something in November for a test knit.
Twofer. It's a twofer.
And it's worse, it uses less than a skein. So you could, if you've got multiple people, you could do like a whole matching set. I think I might make something for my brothers-in-law too.
That would be cute.
So it could be a whole thing. It's super, like I said, it's super quick. I've got a toddler and I got it. I'm back working full-time teaching and I still got it done in like 3 or 4 days.
Nice. All
right, lay your socks on.
You get to hold one.
Oh, I can Vanna White it.
This is the next sock that I did. This is the Diamondback pattern from Kay Litton, the crazy sock lady, and this is on Earl Grey Fiber Company's Tea Rose in the Garden. So I think I used this when I did the sample or when I did my version of your fence post. So I had a ton extra and I still have a ton left over. So I love this pattern. I think it makes this cute little like diamond texture. Plus it's a really long like repeat. So I only had to like repeat twice before I got the length that I needed. So it was like, but I couldn't totally memorize it. So I definitely had the chart with me the whole time, which is why it took me so long to finish these because I started them in June.
Yeah, you were working on them for a very long time.
But then I like couldn't, I was like, I don't know where I am. And then I gotta like, I felt like I needed to, I'm not the type who can read her own knitting very well. So I feel like I had to finish the whole chart. So it was like 24.
So you had to like carve out.
I had to like do the whole 24 or I would get confused. Most people would not, but it's Shaylee. So like I needed time.
She makes a whole Google Doc when we test knit sweaters. She like for each row so she can make a little check mark.
Oh yeah.
It's a whole.
So I know how many raglans I've done. Like
maybe if we knit a free pattern, we can post your chart because we don't want to post the chart, right? Because it's someone's paid for pattern. But
yeah, I do it every single time.
So maybe if we do the flax light sweater from Tin Can Knits, maybe if we do that, Che will post.
I can show what I do. Love it. Big fan of it. And then I have this other sock. I had this just like, I missed the striping. I hadn't done a pair of striping socks in a while. Plus last year I bought the whole like Felici like summer kit because like my sister liked one of the colors. So I bought the whole kit or the whole summer pack. So this is one of their older or last summers. This is Hot Shot, which is the striping. And then the contrast is Earl Grey Fiber Company. It's called TGS, which is a reference from 30 Rock. I haven't actually watched it. I got it in the Netflix and Chill Advent from last year. And so this was pretty easy. This one I did a twisted rib for the cuff, still 15 rows. I feel like that's actually, I've like decided that's the amount I like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these, okay, now I have to transfer everything again.
Okay, so it's me with my one other FO. I made this for my daughter. It is the Rusty, I think it's the Rusty Barn Hat by Christy of Yarn Cafe Creations. Originally the hat is meant to be like this. It's supposed to be like kind of a close-fitting beanie, but all right. This is a blast from our past. Life hack, Shaylee. Life hack. So many people were super sweet and kind and generous when I had my daughter, and they made us knit hats. Well, it's super tricky to guess a baby's head size, right? And also, sometimes there's different recommendations on when babies should wear hats for overheating and risk of SIDS and all of those kind of things. But then my daughter, who's got a gigantic head, like my sister.
Thank you for that.
She outgrew all these lovely hats and I couldn't really put her in them. So all these people had put all this work into making my daughter hats. And then I had to give them all away. So what I figured out after I made Lottie like 2 or 3 hats is if you just make the adult size hat, because hats are meant to have negative ease anyway, and then you just cuff the hat, then it'll grow with her. Mm-hmm. That she can, if she still wants to wear mom's knits when she's older, or if she doesn't, then I have a hat. That too. So if your kid doesn't when they get to the age where,
try it on?
Yeah, when they get to the age where they don't want to wear your knit stuff, because preteens.
I look good in this.
Shaylee looks good in every hat, just like Lottie. So it's cuffed, so she can also like uncuff it and push it back to do like the slouchy beanie style, if that's, still a thing, because who knows what the style is going to be in 10 years, because, everything's changed and the early 2000s are back. Ooh. So, sorry if you're into the early 2000s. Oh my gosh. Dresses over jeans with the skinny scarves and the ties and the...
Oh,
I was real fly.
You did not look good.
No. So that's my life hack for if you're making stuff for a baby toddler, that if you make adult size or you make it slightly smaller than the adult size that they're asking, hats have negative ease anyway, and it lasts a lot longer. I did, it's got some stellina. She picked it herself. Stellina, as my sister always says, it's got stellina gabs. It's from Hana Made It. I cannot remember the colorway. I let Lottie pick the yarn, which meant when she gets to pick the yarn, she gets the yarn band. So it's gone. It's gone forever. I did, it's fingering. Nope. Is it fingering? It's DK held double. Yeah. So I made it pretty dense for the winter. So
yes, because it gets very cold here in California.
Yeah, it's freezing here. Well, maybe she goes to Mammoth with her.
Oh, yes, she'll go with them.
So she loves it. It's 90 degrees out, and she insists on wearing her knit hat all the time. So we get pictures of it. And in whips, I'm making another one. So we'll chat about that when we do. Did you get your Sakis on?
Yes.
Okay.
I may need you for an assist for those 2 pairs on that are ready. So I really love the Crazy Sock Lady. I feel like she's like a life coach. She doesn't know that she's like my life coach, but she is. So I was like, oh, she's into DK socks. I'm gonna give it a shot. So I did my first DK sock. And the first one I like cast it on a Friday night, and I was just like chugging along, and I finished it in like 3 hours, which was amazing. So I stayed up a little bit later than normal, because I usually go to bed at like 8. But I stayed up a little later and I got to finish it. And so it's her free DK sock pattern that she released this summer. The yarn is Pink Champagne and Cake from Destination Yarn. I had been admiring that colorway since she released it, and every time she released it again, it was like a New Year's Eve or New Year's colorway. I kept missing it, and then one year she had DK, so I just wanted it so bad I bought the DK, but I only bought one skein, which was like a rookie move, so I had no idea what to do with it. And now that I know how to do DK socks, I'm obsessed because this like it's a thicker, it feels more like a fuzzy sock, again for our cold winters in California.
It's very chilly here.
I'll be all set, so I'm totally obsessed with the DK weight sock. Okay, can you switch to these ones? I'll give you the other thing in a second.
Am I doing the oopsie?
Yeah. Yeah, and then my other sock that I made, this is the Rhinebeck Roomies pattern from the Crazy Sock Lady, and I was knitting this for summer sock camp, but also because Breaking Yarn was having a birthday knit along, and I like had not gotten my act together, so I had like maybe 2 weeks left to like get in. So this beautiful bright pink is a one-of-a-kind colorway from Breaking Yarn, so I was really excited, and I really like how the pattern kind of breaks it up, because I think you see like a little bit of like micro striping here, so I'm kind of pumped that it worked out so well with the pattern. And then the contrast is called It's Electric from Asylum Fibers, and I got this in my Row 1 Carnival of Color subscription. And again, like we'll show Mex, I lost a game of Yarn Chicken. I thought I was gonna lose another one, and I'm like, oh no, but like I wanted them to be really nice because I was entering them into a cow, and I made it. I was like, yeah, who's the boss for this time?
Alone in her condo.
Yeah, in my knitting chest, like, yeah, showed them. So, and it's such a squishy pattern. I'm really excited for when it gets colder, so I can actually start wearing all the socks that I've made. So, you can actually, yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, but I need that one to go on both. I have my handy assistant today. So this was the sock that I was working on as well over the course of the summer as one of my vanilla sock palette cleansers. And I'll get to this in a second. But so this yarn, I think I showed on we showed on the last podcast. This is the Onyx Fiber Arts.
I think it's Onyx Fiber Arts, yeah.
Onyx Fiber, at least Onyx Fiber is definitely confident. This was called Sybil. And then this is Golden Goose from Birch Dye Works. And I was like chugging along. I finished this one first because I did an afterthought heel for it. And I like had never had any issues. Like I've never actually lost a game of Yarn Chicken until this moment. And I like had measured, like this was like, I knew I could do a certain amount of rows for an afterthought heel and still get the toe with my 10-gram mini. It was fine. Alas, I was defeated. And I'm like, oh no! And so I had other colors that like kind of were the same as the Golden Goose, but then I was already sitting in my chair, so I didn't want to like...
This is like late at night, too. She's texting me. She's like, I'm running out of yarn! And I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do about it.
Yes, and I talked about this this was during my Chaycation. I talked about this on the vlog and showed these there as well, but I lost the game of Yarn Chicken, but I kind of love my oopsie heel.
I do.
I think it's kind of cute. I may make it a feature on purpose on some other ones. So.
You could do it when you're using, you're going to use your Row 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be a good idea. So I think it's fine. They turned out okay.
It's the heel though, so like no one sees it in the sock.
Right.
And only knitters take pictures of their socks.
Right.
Like regular Instagrammers aren't like taking pictures of socks.
Totally. Okay, this is my last FO. So I also, again, the Crazy Sock Lady turns me on to everything. My sister and I got
Che would have a Jeep if she could have a Jeep. The Crazy Sock Lady just got a Jeep.
I bought a new car last year, so I've committed. But this is a share pair that we bought together. I cast on. She did not. She was supposed to. We were supposed to get it done for National Sisters Day.
I caked up the skeins.
Which was great. Next year, because August 1st is National Sisters Day. We didn't get it together.
I had a hard summer.
Okay. But this is Mandy's Makings, share a pair. The blue is called Cheers, and then the purple is Stomping Grapes, and I followed the Crazy Sock Lady's striping tutorial. I need to improve because you can kind of see the nice little seam.
Oh, the jog, yeah.
But like because it's on both of them, like it looks pretty intentional. So it's consistent then. So I need to improve. But I loved this, like, also it took me a while because like I felt really nervous about like doing it wrong to get the jog. But then I just started doing it, and now I love this like technique for striping them. So I definitely will do this again with just any 250 grams that I have. So, but they remind me of Dr. Seuss.
Yes, like a who, like
Horton Hears a Who. Right? That's the book. Okay. Yeah.
Shaylee was in Seussical
Twice.
When we were in high school, middle school and high school.
I have no idea.
So Seussical made the rounds in San Leandro. It was like, so it reminded us like of the costumes.
Yes, and one day you'll have a matching pair, and then we'll take a cute picture.
Yeah.
For now, I'll just.
You know what we might be able to do with the extras, because we're both going to end up extras, is stuff for the girls.
Oh, I guess we should make them for our mother too.
Mm-hmm. So we could have like a whole. We have decently small-ish feet, so we usually get more than just the.
And you have very like narrow feet too. I have the biggest feet, and I'm a 7.5.
Yeah, so we have small. We're not that tall. I'm 5'1". Our mom's not taller than me. She's
4'11".
4'11". So we're pretty petite feet. Petite feet. Petite feet. So we usually get away with a lot more. My husband's a giant. I don't even attempt. He's 6'3". His like knitting socks for him is. It took me an entire summer.
Laborious.
That's why I had to get Geraldine, my sock knitting machine, because I was like, I can't do this. I'm exhausted.
I like to knit for myself. I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah. I don't knit socks for my daughter either, because she's new to walking.
She's kind of floppy.
Yeah, she definitely will eat it down the hall in socks and that kind of thing. Is that all yours?
That was all of mine. You didn't have any more, right?
No.
Okay.
None that I can show.
Whippy whip whips.
All right.
I only have 2. How many do you have?
7.
Okay, so you should start.
No, it's not really 7. It's probably like 6.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, in another bag that I made, I have discovered that I really like drawstring bags. That I'm kind of. There's always a sister that's more organized and one that's a little bit more chaotic, and it's not in everything. In some things, I'm much more organized than my sister. Like when we're like reading things. Like, not that my sister doesn't read, but like on Instagram, like Shaylee doesn't read the captions. When we play games, Gabs reads the manual. Like I read and I do the research. Like that's just who I am. When it comes to like
stuff.
Yeah, clothing items, that kind of things, Gabs is like everywhere.
Yeah, my clothing is color coordinated.
My clothing is called "This is what was in the laundry," and then I put it in the drawer.
Great.
Sometimes I fold it, like so. Yeah. So, but I've discovered that I really like drawstring bags because my knitting was getting caught in the teeth of the zipper, and a regular patient person would just take it out and untangle it, but I don't roll that way, so I would just keep pulling on the zipper. Yeah. So I've discovered I like drawstring bags. I made this one. It is it's from something from Joanna. We used to work for Fig Tree and Company in our 20s. Well, she's still in her 20s, in our teenage and 20s. And she's super generous with us. So we'd always end up with some of her fabric scraps remnants. So I'm making a second, rusty barn hat. We'll talk about that in chatter. So I'm making, see the disaster that's Gabs in her knitting bag. It is. It gives me anxiety. Yeah. It's a halo. It's a halo. It's a yarn halo. That's as far as I've gotten.
You're making a small.
Yes, I'm making a slightly smaller size because I'm not sure about how it will fit the person I'm knitting it for yet. But it's the same. It'll match my daughter's, and I just started it, and then I got all these contracts for knitting samples for our designs that got accepted places, which is awesome. But I just started it and I was like, oh, well, that's okay. I'll just knit it. Like I said, it was super quick. I think it took me a couple days to do it. I got slowed down because my daughter knows it's her yarn. So she's like touching it and stuff like that. That's why it looks so nice. My daughter learned the word nice. Nice yarn. So that's what's going on with that. These are, we always use Chowgu needles. These are, okay, this was another Gabs maneuver. I knit my daughter's on a size 6, but now I need the size 6 for another, for something I'm working on for a sample design. So I'm I'm not trusted to put the stoppers on because then my knitting falls off it. So I put another pair of needles on it to hold them on, and these are 7s. And hopefully I remember that I need to swap them back when it comes time.
Shall we take bets?
But I am knitting a smaller size, so if I end up with the larger needle, it'll end up the same size as my daughter's, and we'll hopefully be okay. I will let you know in January 2022 if it worked out. So that's my first whip. I also do this. I don't know what my deal is, but I also do this to my yarn.
It's like a booby trap.
Yeah. Which I actually have to be careful because my daughter likes to carry my knitting around. So I'm kind of
impale the toddler.
Yeah, I'm a menace. I'm a menace when it comes to my whips. But my finished products look really good.
You have more than
I have more. Okay, I'm going to keep going. You're going to also see more of my menace. Sorry, pardon me, we're reaching for it. So, this is a good one. Chaley's gonna roll her eyes.
It already looks bad. It
Here,
already looks bad.
It's
bad in
with
there.
the top.
It's bad in there. It's bad. This is like in Halloween when it's like, that like game with the pumpkin and it's yucca stuff and you gotta reach in there, but like you want to get the prize.
So, I'll start with the organized and we'll descend into chaos. So, in this bag is actually 2 whips. One of them is a new pattern design where I was working on. It's called a Twist and Sprout. It'll hopefully come out in the springtime because, these are obviously spring colors. It's knit with a 5 skein mini. It's Molly Klein Designs. It's her beach set. Is that what it's called? Beach bum kit. And you can see it's got this really cute little kind of floral cable design. So this is the first, I finished this one. So yeah, Che will hold it for me. So I started knitting to finish the second one. Oh, good. This is good. See, it's impaled. It's impaled.
Get out of here.
So I started to knit the second one, and I was like, I'm so good at this. I'm going to finish it. Look, I turned the heel flap and gusset. I was like, I'm so good. But then there was a call for designs, and Gabs does not have, I don't even know, how do you describe it?
I don't know.
I just do stuff.
You just sign up for
I just do the most. So then I was like, it's for Radical Threads, which is actually still open. So if you're interested to design, their theme is occult. Yeah. And it's open until September 15th if you wanted to apply. So that would be cool. So I started designing something for that, but I didn't have another set of needles. So I put them on the stage.
Look at this trash.
They can't see it. You gotta lift it up. So it's coming out of the,
gosh.
So this is, Chaley came up with a name. It's Fated Fruit. Fated, not faded, but fated, like fate. And like fate. I don't know, like,
your fate
like
is
destiny.
in my hands.
Yeah, like destiny, right? So it's got these cute little baubles. I learned how to make a new bauble because it's based on the myth of Persephone in the Greek myths about pomegranate seeds and her being queen of the underworld. So that's why I have spring and fall on the same set of magic loom needles. And all of the mini skeins that go for this one in this bag, and obviously this. So, like I said, this is Molly Klein Design. This is Poison Study from Forbidden Fiber Company. So that's what's happening. These are really long Chagoos. They're US 1, 2.25 millimeters. I think they're 64 inches. My sister's solution to this. So we have 2 different solutions to how we solve this. Gabs doesn't have enough needles, so she stuffs 2 contradictory projects on needles. Chaley's solution would just be buy a new set of needles. And my husband's solution to this is, well, don't start so many projects. Dude's on thin ice.
Okay.
Dude's on thin ice.
That's
right
just
there.
wrong. He's wrong.
I know.
That's just incorrect.
So to make it even more tricky on what's going on with this bag is I also have a pin on this bag. So my stuff gets tangled on it because it's this giant pin. It's my I got vaccinated pin. So on top of everything, I've got double magic loops and and I've got all the mini skates. It's a disaster. But hopefully next podcast I will have finished. This next podcast will maybe be in person. We'll see. So
yeah,
maybe we might see each other again in October.
I'll be coming here again. She doesn't visit me. She doesn't like me.
My sister has a 1-bedroom condo.
I don't even stay with you, so don't act like you have this big, beautiful house. I mean, you don't have a big, beautiful house, but like, don't act like you have like all this space, because that's what that bag looks like. Can you imagine what the rest of the house looks like?
It's not great. My daughter's room is clean. Lottie's room is clean.
Oh, okay. The toddler's room is clean.
So that's this peg scares me. So that's why it's also because I'm a little afraid of it, but you know, we'll get there. Is it still me or do you want to do one of yours?
I'll do one. So I don't remember what this is, but this is in a bag that my sister made for me. It's our bamboo subi bag. She got the fabric from Spoonflower. Really like to hold things up, all the way up. Oh! I remember it now. Okay, so I decided I would start another pair of socks.
What on earth are you making?
With their Colorwork socks. This is Stronger Than the Storm. Can you hold this, please? Stronger Than the Storm socks. I have the pattern here because I want it. Designed by Emma Janet.
I'm going to turn them right side up, Jay.
Yeah, and I'm very excited about it. The yarn that I'm using for it is Yes Virginia from Lolo Did It, and the contrast is Tahoe from 29 Bridges. However, and what's really cute is like the toe will also have like the cute pattern on it, but I'm using it's a 10 gram mini because it's from my Row 1 subscription, so I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna have enough. And I don't want to like mess this up because I feel like getting messed up in the color work is going to be really bad. It's going to be bad. So I just decided that for the second sock, I'm just going to use a totally different color. And so if we go closer, I messed up.
She was talking all this mess about how my bags are a mess, and now her whole stuff's all tangled.
Okay. You hold this. So that's Tahoe. And then this is going to be for the other sock, and it is Hot Metal, also from 29 Bridges. So the color work will just be different on each sock, which I think is kind of cool. So I'm pretty pumped about this, and I did like all of the color work in one night because it was just so fast.
Color work is addicting.
It really is. I feel like you like get into like the groove and you like can't stop. So pretty excited. I think it'll be cute. And then they're really long too. So and they might be cute to like stick out of boots, I think, for the fall. That's the vibe I'm trying to go for. So that's in progress right now. And I just picked up all of the heel flap stitches, and I'll start on the gusset decreases next. And ChowGoo size 1.
That's a cute little stitch marker. I like that little mushroom.
Oh, thank you. It's a little mushroom. I got it from, so it was like an add-on from when I got some like a unicorn and a dragon from Vic's Knits.
And by add-on, she means she added it to her cart.
No, this one actually was like.
Was it free?
It was in addition to the
good.
things I purchased. This was like a free fur. Yeah. No, I didn't actually buy that one. Yeah.
My turn? Your turn.
You should go now.
All right, I actually think I only have 2 more.
Oh, cool. I have one more.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so, I'm mega tangled.
Oh, she's a mess.
I lost the yarn that it attaches to.
Is it on the floor?
No, I got it. Okay, so I am too close to the camera. Fixed it. So this is another design that I'm working on, so I can't show you the front. There's cabling and fancy stuff on the front, but I can't show you that because I'm not positive if I'm supposed to show the design yet or not, but my contract didn't say. So this is another sample that I'm actually actively working on. This was my attempt for the sock challenge, the 1 week sock challenge that Shaylee and I were doing, but it didn't go great for me. I'm back teaching, and school's gotten a little hectic. Our high schoolers are having a bit of trouble transitioning back to in person. So if you have a high schooler and it seems like they're having a little bit of trouble with it, it's happening all over the country. It's pretty normal. But so that being said, more meetings at work, different supports needed for different students. So I've had considerably less time to knit, plus then I have my samples that I'm supposed to be knitting on. So this is Knit Picks Hawthorne, I think, in the Newport color, which I really like. It looks like indie dyed yarn. Yeah. I really like it. It's a super affordable kind of version, I guess, or option to get that indie dyed look. especially for socks and that kind of thing. So I think it's $8 a skein.
$8.99, maybe $11.99.
It's definitely, I'd say go close to the third of indie dyers. Don't get us wrong, we love indie dyers. You'll see we mostly knit with indie dyers, but we know that's not always accessible to everyone, so we kind of want to, everyone is welcome. If you knit with, we knit with Karen Simply Sauce all the time. We knit with Red Heart,
all the kinds, all the yarns.
Yeah, we
come as you are.
Yeah, except I'm not very good at doing that fluffy stuff, like that loopy boucle stuff. I'm not very good at that, but if that's your thing, you rock it.
We respect it.
I'm just not good because clearly the tangle is, I can't rock that. I have this super cute little biscuits and butter from, so I almost said biscuits and gravy.
It's not gravy, Gabrielle. Biscuits
and butter from Sucre Miniatures. My sister bought it for me in my Dirty 30 Advent.
Yeah, it was, she really likes biscuits and gravy. And like Sucre, like they should stop updates, and so like, she sells out really fast because they're so cute. And so like I was like, oh, I'm gonna get her the biscuits and gravy because they were in stock. And I was like, this is gonna be so cute. I'll put it in her advent, and I got so excited that I clicked the wrong thing. But then like because she makes them, so like it's made to order, I didn't actually know that I had messed it up until like several weeks later when I opened it, and I was like, well, that's not gravy, that's butter, you ding dong. Like that was all me who was like, I'm gonna get it, and then I clicked too fast. I was in a frenzy.
It's really cute though. Like it's so like beautiful. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but it's really just dropped the yarn. Okay. It's really cute. So Sucre Miniatures. It's a decent, thank you, Chaylee. It's a decent lag time in having to, if you purchase something. So if you're wanting something for the holidays, if you're someone who celebrates stuff in December, maybe order it now.
Yeah.
And then I love these, this is a Hank Spank, but I don't have the cake cozies from Cookie and Bees. Those are my absolute favorite things too, because I'm a disaster when it comes to my stuff. So, because I just dropped my yarn on the ground. This is from Slip Stitch
Studios.
It's like
it's cute because it's like yarn knit.
This is from my mother-in-law.
That's cute.
Who my mother-in-law is trying to sew them now because she's like, I could do this. My mother-in-law she's a great sewer. She always knits. She always sews stuff for my daughter, lots of dresses, that kind of thing. She's the mother of 3 boys, and now she's got a little girl to sew for, so girl's crazy about it now. All right, what's your last one, Chad?
My last one. So this is in my sushi roll bag from Faded Threads.
I thought it was Fate's Thread.
Fate's Thread.
Because I think it's Fastest Thread, and that's not right.
It's Fate's Thread. You're right. I said that wrong. So this is cute. It's also kind of like, I don't know what you call this fabric.
Oh, it's like
flannel, which is kind of makes it like really sturdy, which is kind of nice. And in here, this was just a sock that I started during my Chaycation, and again, I was like really feeling like I needed to have stripy socks going, so I have my Cruella de Vil stitch mark on there from Vic's Knits. This is Nomadic Yarns Gumdrop buttons, pardon me. And then the contrast is Earl Grey Fiber Company from the Knitflix and Chill Advent that I am still working on getting through for my socks. And this is called I Blew Myself, which is a reference to Arrested Development. So this is just sock number 1. I'm almost there. I think I put in for where I'm going to cut in the heel, and then this one is just like easy knitting for when like I'm listening to something. I have an asynchronous class for grad school, so I'll knit on this when I have to listen to the lectures. Yeah. That's it.
My last one, which is also
a menace, probably.
A menace. These are very tall socks, which are actually great for boots in the winter. They also, thank you, Jaylee. They also look really tall because our dad made us these sock blockers out of plexiglass. But he made them for my tiny feet, right? So he made them, and I have tiny feet. You can see here it's got a little bit of a floral detail going on right here. They're called Best Buds, right?
They're like bulbs.
Yeah, they're like, buds in the springtime. It's a ribbed with a fade through it. I think I submitted this to some place. Can't remember.
Nice.
So I've got this one done and I am working on the second one. And this is how desperate I got in terms of not having enough needles for my silicone. Before you come for me in the comments and be like, well, you could just put it on waste yarn. Yeah, I know I could do that. But I couldn't find my tapestry needles because I'm also that girl. So don't come for me in the comments about this. My sister comes. So
I'm gonna come for her. Don't worry.
This is what happened. So my sister is a 9-inch circular queen. She loves it. I don't roll that way. It makes my hands tense because I'm a tense person, right? So she bought me 9-inch circulars because she thinks I'm gonna try them, and I probably will when I'm in a good headspace. But I use them as a stitch holder for these because I started them and then needed the magic loops they were on.
The others, you only have one pair of magic loops?
I have two. I have the one that the brown socks were on, and then I have the one that's Poison Study and the Beach Bum set.
Oh, gosh.
So I'm using the 9-inch circs that my sister gave me as stitch holders.
Oh, okay.
I also have a set of double pointed that I'm also using as stitch holders.
But you bent them.
But I bent them because they were wood because I'm so tense. So I'm working.
Yet somehow your gauge is always bigger.
Oh, I have a ridiculously loose
it's
gauge.
So, I don't understand. It's fine.
Yeah, so this is my little baby start of these socks. It's like a purple, Shaylee says it's swampy, but I like it.
Swampy.
I like it. It's this shade of purple is not my sister's thing. It's a bunch of different purples and greens that I had. The majority, like this one up here is from an advent calendar from Dragon Horde Yarn and Yarn Cafe Creations. This is purple from Earl Grey, a couple from Molly Klein. Most of them are out of advent colors. So I liked how it kind of did like a slow fade. I've been trying to perfect my fading because a lot of patterns, they just say fade. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And is it actually gonna, because I don't like the stripey bits when it like looks like it. And I'm like, that's not a fade, it's called striping. So I'm actually working on it. I actually think I did a decent job that it truly does fade when I'm doing, because this is actually this is 4 different skeins of yarn. So I actually think I swung it decently well. So we'll see when this pattern comes out. It's another springtime pattern. So look for this adjusting haul next March and April will probably be when my life settles a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's my last whip that I have one finished sock and a disaster because all the minis are in this bag. And look at color coordinates. What? This is in a bag from Polar Bear Yarns.
Awesome.
I think her daughter made it.
Cool. Acquisitions. Everyone's favorite part. Mostly me.
That's actually not that much for you.
Oh, it's packed in there. Do you want to trade off?
Yeah.
Okay, you should go first.
All right. So I have, this came in the mail. It's for a sample. It's for a design that I'm working on. I got 3 skeins. The other 2 skeins are knit up. Che took pictures for me today. But this is, look at this. I even have the tag still on it.
I haven't used it.
Yeah, I know. This is Muse by Knit Picks. It's fingering weight and the color is Thrill. It is 423 yards. So it's a little bit small, like it's a little bit less yardage than you normally get in a 100 gram skein. Like usually it's like 463 or 437 or something is what you usually sit around for 100 grams of fingering weight. But it looks great. It was Knit Picks, I think it's $13 a skein. It's definitely affordable, especially if you're looking at making like a fingering weight sweater or something like that. Indie dyers are lovely. I love supporting small business, but I know sometimes it's tricky. You look at it and you're like, I can't spend $200 on a sweater. Like that's just not our life sometimes. Yeah. So Knit Picks is super great. And if you spend like $65 more, it's free shipping. So $13 skein, sure, I can spend $50 more to get free shipping, right?
Yeah, why not?
That's how it works. So I really liked it. It came out beautiful, super easy to work with, and hopefully I can share pictures of of my finished project soon.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to show the pattern that I want to make with the yarn that I bought. You can hold up the pattern. So I want to make the Triceratops. Wow, I'll try it again.
Too excited. The Triceratops
cowl by
It's Pacific Northwest
this is
Design.
Jamie from Pacific Northwest Knit Design. Yes. Which recently came out. I think she did like a collaboration with Garnacious Fiber to create this. I'm super excited to cast this on. I think honestly the ribbing is gonna be too hard for me, so I might just do something different and punt on that one. But I had this left over from my Sanderson sweater, so then I bought also from Inspire Mind Design in her Hudson DK just this nice gray. So I think the gray is going to be the background, and then the Triceratops is going to be the pinky. So I'm pretty excited. It's DK weight, and it's 100% superwash Colorwork wool, 240 yards. I'm pretty excited. I think it'll be cute.
Anyone shocked that Shaylee wants a pink dinosaur?
Thank you. Thank you for that. Your turn.
Oh, okay. All right, so I got in the mail the Rebel Woolworks skeins from her Kickstarter skein. So this one was the one that I purchased off her Kickstarter. I think it was a Kickstarter, you know, if you sub a certain amount and you get different levels of yarn. So this is her dreams on her dreams, not lies, on her Rebel sock base dreams colorway. Whew. It's 75/25 superwash merino nylon. Our dad also got a skein, and he doesn't know what to do with his, so me and Shaylee might get to inherit it, which happens a lot with dad, actually. He's a crocheter, not a knitter. We're hoping to get him back into knitting, but I think
he's also very tense.
Yeah, ergonomically, I don't know what's going on with his knitting. We're working on it. But when she was doing her Kickstarter, we also did, I enter us in most of the giveaways. I'm the applier. I apply for things. I do that, and Shaylee makes the reels.
Because she reads.
Because I read stuff, and Shaylee's like, it's a pretty picture. I don't know. That's
like it. Double tap.
So we won her giveaway. This is on her Sahel sock. It's 80/20 superwash merino nylon, and I've never actually compared the same colorway together, and it actually totally takes color differently. Which I'm sure indie dyers are like, yeah, good observation that we've known for decades. But I've never actually done that, right? Because I always just pick one that I want and then buy the one that I want. I also never really understood the difference between 75/25 and 80/20. Like in my mind, they were interchangeable, but they're not. Because now that if you feel them next, they're 1,000% different.
Oh yeah, very different.
And I think I may like the 80/20 better.
It's nice and softy, but I feel like this would be safer for me for the socks because it does feel like a little bit more sturdy.
It's sturdy. This is also considerably less yards and I think more expensive too.
Nah, it's the same.
You'll see, this is $437 for 100 grams, and this is only 400. So, I don't know, make your own choices. But this was from Rebel Works.
Okay, so I ordered yarn from Breaking Yarn, and she just released a new DK sock weight, a base that is new to her shop. And so I was so pumped because now that I'm on the DK sock thing, but then there was one color I've been eyeing for a while, which is teddy bear, and she didn't have that in the DK sock. And then I messaged her just to see if she would be dyeing that soon. So she's just testing out to see what the popularity is. But Michaela is so sweet. She was like, well, you can try it on the Swish DK, which is 100% superwash merino. And she's like, and then I recommend just using one of our contrast DK minis, and she had a coupon code for specifically the release of the DK, so I got to use a coupon code for it, so of course I got into it. So this is the teddy bear, which is going to be the main color of my sock, pink teddy bear, and then this is Jane Margolis.
She's never watched Breaking Bad.
I just love Michaela. She's so nice.
I do too.
So she's the nicest person ever. And because then she sent me the sweetest note, and then these two, I want to say stitch markers.
They could be progress keepers
stitch markers. This one's just a pretty crystal. And then she said this one is to be the missing eyeball of the teddy bear. Which I was like, she's like, and then you should watch Breaking Bad. And I'm like, Get
Girls
right
got
on
an
that.
attention to detail.
Get right on that. So I think this is so cute. I think these are going to be like super fun socks. So I can't wait to get these cast on, and they'll go by so fast because it's DK weight. Pretty pumped.
Yeah.
That's all. You go.
My next are like a set. So you should go.
I should keep going. Okay. So I also, when trolling, because we both have access to our Slip Sis Instagram, sometimes like she really follows the people and like reads about them. So I just like scroll through, and Daisy Stitch Company Fibers was having like a weekend sale that I happened to pop up. So I found that she had 250 grams and they were like 25% off. So I definitely had to get in there with my bad self, and it came in this lovely bag. And so I got these, and I'm going to do the striping technique again, and it's on her Supreme sock fingering weight, which is a 75-25. I get the 50 gram skeins, and so this is called Icing on the Cake, and then this is called Raspberry, and it's super soft feel.
Ooh,
So I'm pretty pumped.
Treat your feet.
Treat your feet. Treat your feet. Come as you are and treat your feet. Oh, that's cute. So got these. Really excited. Do I keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. Shocker.
There will never be a time where I have more acquisitions than Chaley. Never.
And then,
holy crap, Chaley.
Oh, so Desert Vista Dye Works had released her Halloween colorways. And so, of course, I got on that. And so this is Zambati Eating Candy Corn, which I think is super fun. And I might cast this on for the spooky sock knit along that, like, it's moon something.
Moonlit? Moon drop?
Moon something. And, like, Nitty Natty and the Crazy Sock Lady and maybe one other person.
Moon Glow.
Moon Glow. They're doing a October sock knit along, so I might cast these on for that. And this is her sock weight. It's a 75-25. And then I have my subscriptions, which I usually get. So this was last month's Row 1 yarn, and this is Ash and Bumble was the dyer for that month. I really like these. I think these are like really cute muted fall colors. So might use those for some fall socks. And then my August, I think my August Inner Circle colorway from Hypnotic Yarn subscription, which is like a Patreon thing. The theme was all wedding attire from different countries, and so the one that everyone July, it's July, because it says right there, not August. August is coming soon. Oh, that's the ice cream one. I think it's in my mailbox at home right now. But wow, let me try it again. The inspiration picture that everyone chose was traditional wedding attire from Nigeria. So I think this is really beautiful and actually would be perfect with those colors.
Yeah,
for
I like
fall.
those like really rich earth tones.
Yeah, and this orange is really pretty too. So I'm excited about that. Me?
Yeah, you can finish up and then I'll do me last.
Okay. And then, of course, Knit Picks released their new Felici
So she bought
striping colors. I only bought 3. And so I got these. So the first one I got is Red Rocks.
That one's pretty.
So I'm super excited. They're the whole kit, like to get all of the summer colorways is on sale right now. So it's like normally $65. I think it's on sale right now for $55. Then you can get another like Hawthorne skein, and then that's your free shipping. Pro tip. You're welcome. I won't because I already bought these.
We need to figure out how to be Knit Picks affiliates.
We really do. We also need to combine when we order, I think, to get said free shipping.
Oh,
yeah. So that's the first one. I got you hold.
Oh, thank you.
And then the next one, I thought you might like this.
I like purple.
I thought you might like the purple. This one is called Mermaid Tails, which I think is really cute. And I'm interested in doing like a yellow contrast.
You're really into yellow right now.
I love yellow.
It's like your thing right now.
Big fan of yellow. And then this last one is totally my color, so I had to get it. This one is called Desert Rose. So I'll knit these up eventually. I'm still working on last year's Knit Pick set that I bought. I only have like 3 colors left, which I think is pretty good considering that I got 10.
Yeah.
So, pretty good. Pretty proud of myself. It only took me a year. And then I bought some bags because Fate's Fate's Thread was having she was turning 30, so she had a birthday sale for the whole month, and like every day or every week or so there was like a different additional sale for her bags. And so I had a few that I was eyeing for a while, and so they got additional discount. And then one that I really wanted, and it was sold out the first time, which is this one. So it's Jurassic Park themed. It's her and it's zippy with this cute Jurassic Park zipper. And so I really wanted this, but it was sold out. But then she restocked them, and it was part of the sale. And it was additional sale because it was like she was doing like all movie related fabrics. Those were on extra sale for that day. So I got this one. You hold.
Okay.
And then these were two that were in her like clearance section that I had been eyeing for a while and was kind of wishy-washy. And then they got the additional sale on them, so I absolutely bought them. So this one is like Chinese takeout boxes, which is like a comfort food. So I immediately had to have this one. And I actually just bought a Chinese takeout stitch marker from Vic's Knits. I reposted it on our stories, a whole conversation about where I was like, I want this, and it was like a turkey. And then like 3 seconds later, I was like, I bought it. So, because she was having an additional 10% off, so it was a win-win for everybody.
Seriously.
So now, matching bag with my stitch marker, pretty excited. And then I grew up watching Disney Channel, so I had to have the Kim Possible bag, which I think is super cute. And so I've been like not using these bags because I was saving them to show on the podcast. I didn't want them to be a mess and have all my stuff in them. So now I'm super excited to put all my projects in these bags. And that's all the things I bought.
That's all the things. So I did actually something very uncharacteristic of me. Lottie, my 20-month-old, was going through a rough spot of teething with her molars. So she was up all hours of the night because, you know, teething sucks. And I was up with her, and I came across, I don't know, I think it was another designer or a dyer that I follow, and I watched their story, and they were like promoting somebody else's destash, and this is Rainbow Rescue. So I looked at their destash, and usually when there's like something to purchase, I usually let my sister know, right? So usually I'm like, oh, Che, and I like waffle, like I'm a waffler. Like I said the whole time, like, Chaley, what do you think? I don't know. And Chaley's already like, I bought it already. So, but the thing is this destash had been going on for 2 or 3 days already, and it was over at like 9 a.m. Eastern, but we're in California, so it was 6 a.m. our time. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, I did like Instagram. I commented on a couple different skeins of yarn, and I couldn't tell my sister because she was asleep. It was a weekend. I think it was like a Friday. It was like Friday into Saturday or Saturday into Sunday. And it was my first week of school, and I was like, I'm buying this for myself because I was nervous going back in person. Like I said, it was a tricky start to the school year. It's still tricky for us. So I was like, I'm buying this for myself. And it was like on, destashes are usually on deep discount. And Rainbow Rescue, it's a cat rescue. And so all of her proceeds were going towards, I think it was like kibble and supplies to take care of the cat. She's got like a bunch of cats. I'm allergic to cats, so the best that I can do for cats is give them money and hope they stay far away from me. So I'll show you what she got. They don't have tags anymore because I had to wash them because I'm allergic to cats, and that's why the skeins are a little bit messy. It wasn't her sending them messy, it's me putting them back together. So I got this it's self-striping yarn. It's super cute. I don't know what it looks like knit up, but I think that's kind of exciting. I really like it's from Strychnine Yarns, and I'm not even sure if they still dye anymore because destash can be from a significant time ago. So it's super cute. I really like it. I think it reminds me of Halloween, which I don't really know why. I think it's because it's like Frankenstein-y, I think is where it's getting me. Chaley doesn't believe me. We'll see what it looks like when I knit it up. I have no plans for it, but impulse buy at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then this is purple and green, right? This is like
it is purple and green. Nice.
No, it's called Clematis.
Swampy.
It's swampy. It's actually really pretty. I have lost the tags entirely because I was washing it. I think it's perfect for a shawl. It's definitely my colors. It'll be great it's from Another Crafty Girl. And the date that the colorway it said the date on it. So I'm not sure if it was the day that it was dyed or the day the colorway was developed, was from 2011. So I'm not sure if she's still dyeing either. Like I said, that's 10 years ago. This is Deep Stash, but I really like it. I think I'm just realizing that I really like wearing shawls as scarves, as Shaylee calls them, scarves as shawls. I don't do the over the shoulder thing.
Shawls as scarves.
Shawls, scarves, shawls as scarves. She sells seashells by the seashore. But when you put your shawl in the front, right, like where it covers mostly your chest. So I realized that that's more my style. I have many, many sweaters, and we test knit for Tristan Molina all the time. But so I'm looking more into shawls, and I'm loving the more one size, universal, more accessibility that shawls are, because sweaters, while they're great, it's tricky. It's tricky to get it to fit your body, and it's an investment to spend money on yarn and then hope that it fits you the way you want it to. And our bodies change over time. Shawls are a little bit more forgiving of our
shoes.
Jaylee had a tour of her shoes. It would be like 8 hours long.
I have like 91 pairs
It's
of
a
shoes.
lot. It's a lot. But this is a knitting podcast, not my sister's shoe
If
closet.
anyone would like to see my shoes, I can send you a pic. So drop it in the comments.
It's a lot. It's a very significant amount. So that was what I got on Destash. She also sent this really cute frog progress keeper that I would totally show you, but Lottie has claimed it as her own. So it's gone. It's in her toy bin. I can go look for it. But it's dead to us now.
Right. So that's all the knitting.
Yes.
I think. So now we'll just do chatter, life stuff.
Yes. This chatter has a content warning. It is talking about pregnancy. So if that's not your thing, if that's not good for your mental health to hear us talk about that, thank you so much for joining us. If you don't mind, if you want to hear about our life stuff, feel free to stick around for a bit.
I'll go first because my news is not as exciting.
It's equally exciting.
We're just excited. We're in a good place. You might notice that something is different about me.
That's not her exciting news that she cut her hair.
Okay, but it's going to lead into it. It's the transition. You should have let me. I planned this.
All right, do your transition.
So I cut off all my hair. So I am going to donate. I believe it's about 10 inches, and then she cut up a bit more to like style it. And so I actually, last time I cut my hair was December 2019, and I had it this short and planned to keep it this short, but then the pandemic happened and my hairstylist is here in the Bay Area. So when I finally felt comfortable to go back into the salon, I was down south. So I was like waiting and waiting. My hair was getting excessive. It would like get stuck in my armpit, and it's like all over my floor, and we have really dark hair, so it shows up on my beautiful gray floor, so it's yucky.
Your luxury vinyl?
The material of my floor is luxury vinyl, and I'm obsessed with it. So I cut off all my hair because, I made the decision to actually come up here for Labor Day weekend specifically to get my hair cut, but then later on to see my family, because I got a new job. So I'm super excited. I'll be starting that new job on September 14th. I will be an admissions counselor at Loyola Marymount University, which is my alma mater. Go Lions. So I'm super excited about that. And so with this new transition, I wanted to have a fresh look, and it was time. And I don't know the next time I'll be able to come up and visit because there's a lot of travel involved in this position. So I'm super excited about that. So that's my really big news for right now.
So my really big news, if you follow us on Instagram, you saw already, I'm pregnant again with baby number 2, another little girl, due January 2022. So Shaylee is
hopefully December 2021 because I get time off.
So I think her winter break is like January 4th or something, 3rd or 4th.
I go back on the 2nd.
So she goes back, and I'm not due till January 9th. So she's hoping that the baby comes a little bit early so she gets to see her new niece. She's also really already vibing. She's like, it's a little sister. It's going to be a little sister. I got this. I got the,
I already had to tell Lottie, I'm like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm always going to take this one side.
So we're really excited, but that's also why my knitting slowed down over the summer. First trimester got hit with some yucky morning sickness, chasing my toddler around, all of that. It was really hot in San Jose. So that's what I've been kind of working on and trying to do. If you've been watching our Instagram pictures of trying to like position to catch the like sweater poses and like bent over.
Suck it in. Yeah, suck it in.
So, because it's my second baby, so my body's like, bam, we know how to do this. So that's what we're working on. I actually have something else that I didn't tell my sister about, and you're going to get to see her reaction live on this. So we love merino wool, right? She's like, what the hell? We obviously knit with a bunch of merino wool. I also started the Wool and 100-day dress challenge. So I didn't tell my sister. I'm doing the challenge. I started it about 5 or 6 days ago, where you wear the same dress. Chaley would never be able to handle this. Where you wear the same dress for 100 days. You can wash it and chill.
This dress?
It's this dress.
What do you wear when you're washing the dress?
You can wear other clothes. You just wear it 8 hours a day. So you just wash it at nighttime. Okay, so this is, if you're interested, this is the Maggie dress. It's a short sleeve dress. They also do woolen prints for t-shirts and stuff. There's lots of things. Now, because I mentioned it, Chaley's going to have to link it. There's a Facebook group, all of those things. But at the end of your 100 days, you also, once you have to take a picture every day. And once you...
Moving away. It's grossing me out for some reason.
That's why I didn't tell her till this podcast so she could react live. You get a $100 gift card to spend to buy another dress on their website. Yeah. So that's what
When are you done? When's 100? What are you gonna do? Is it beyond the?
No, it's not beyond the baby.
It's before.
Yeah.
How? You know, you're just gonna get bigger.
Oh, thank you, Taylor. I did not know that.
I'm not sure if you're familiar.
I am familiar.
How it gonna fit?
It's gonna fit.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working on. We'll see if you're like in the next podcast, you're like, she's wearing the same thing. Yep, I am wearing the same thing. So we're gonna see how it goes. I didn't tell my sister because of her fabulous reaction she's having right now. She's very supportive. Chaley's changed outfits like 3 times today already.
I was taking pictures. Whatever.
So that's what I'm also doing in this. It does have pockets though, so that's nice.
Ooh.
See? Oh, you guys can't see my pocket.
I can't see, and no one can see but me.
Well, it doesn't.
Get out of here, you nasty self.
It has pockets. So it's super fun. It's a really great community. It's looking at sustainability and fast fashion. And as well as California's in a drought right now, so it's looking at using less water because you don't wash it as much, and that's why Chaley's like, what? No.
I wash my clothes all the time.
Yeah. So you'll see. Maybe I'll have quit.
Do you have to sleep in it?
No, you can wear jammies.
Does sleeping count as your time, though?
You could just wear it as a nightgown. Like this.
And that would count?
Uh-huh.
Why don't you just do that?
I don't want to.
Oh.
So I don't like picking out clothes. Clothes aren't my thing. Chaley's a clothes horse. So we'll see. I will keep you posted next podcast if I'm wearing the same thing. If I'm not wearing the same thing, you'll know I bailed. You know I bailed or I got too big or it got dirty because I've already had to like clean it because my daughter grabbed my arm with her hand covered in boysenberry syrup. In the morning, of course, with breakfast, I'm like, oh. Cool. I also don't wear it to work though. I wear maternity clothes to work and wear it when I come home because I change when I get home. Yes, I know that there are like COVID doesn't live on clothing stuff. Yeah, but a bunch of other grimy, gross kid stuff does. Like that's just gross, right? I'm around 170 high schoolers. I change it when I get home. Plus it helps me like, I don't know, transition into out of teacher being mom.
Not being at work.
Yeah. So I change my clothes just because also kid stuff. Blah. All right. Anything else?
No.
With my surprise announcement of my
Great.
100-day dress.
Well, thanks for joining us. We will hopefully have a next episode next month. And that's all. Bye.